This is Bo. Welcome to my reptile quest. Let's get started. Alright, so I was not looking for these guys, but check them out. Alrighty. So what do we got here? We got a little ribbon snake that's not very happy about being caught. He's already bit me like 3 times, but he's a ribbon snake, so yeah, it's no big deal. Hey, stop it. Hey, guy. Look. You're down. Oh, you're not down. See, that's the thing with them. If you just let them on the ground for a second, they will stop. But he just wants to hide, so that's why he's being a little jumpy. But like I say, everyone's worried about a snake bite. I've been bitten about 3 or 4 times, and it is nothing. Absolutely nothing. This dude is just wanting to go about his business, and you know, I'm holding him up. But like I say, he was a pretty little boy. Look at him. Look at this little pretty boy. This pretty boy here. Hey, calm down, you're okay. Wants to hide, but sorry, dude, I just gotta get a little, I just want to get you on camera, dude, you're so cool, I just want to see you. So, ribbon snakes, no big deal, you know, not gonna hurt you, you know, he has little tiny teeth, this is what it did to me, no biggie. I'm gonna let him go right here back in his little home. He's gonna go right underneath my boot because he's silly. He's trying to hide underneath me. Well, he might just be a ribbon snake, but you know, I love all snakes, and I am just, I feel fortunate to see him out in the wild. I love it. I love seeing snakes out in the wild, and you know, let's see what else we can find. So this is interesting. If you look, what we have here is, you know, a bunch of dead fish, which would be just great bait for water moccasins because, you know, water moccasins, they do dine on carrion for time to time. That's right, they eat the dead. They are not picky eaters, so I may have to check back later to see if there isn't somebody trying to make a meal of this little guy.
So we're all nice and showered and shaved back from the park. And here with my girl Lilu, as you can see. Hanging out with me this morning. And, you know, I just thought I'd go over something. You know, in the video, you know, you did see me get bit by a ribbon snake. Well, there are a couple of things to talk about there. So first of all, you know, normally I would be handling a snake with two hands as far as wild caught goes anyway. Be handling with two hands because, you know, I can actually handle them in a way where they feel like they're just crawling on the earth or crawling on a branch. Basically, there's a you know, a technique that, you know, most herpers are and most really snake owners are familiar with. It's called windmilling, and it's basically you're putting your hand one after another and letting them just crawl through your hands. It makes them very comfortable. Unfortunately, in that case, since I had to film, I couldn't do that. So in order to hold them still so I could film, had to make them apparently a little bit uncomfortable with a little bit too much of a grip, and you know, that resulted in a bite. And you know, it's my fault, honestly, but you know, anybody that's been bitten by a ribbon snake knows that it's not a big deal. If anything, you got to be careful that they don't hurt themselves. So whenever, you know, the snake bit me, I just let him stay there, and you know, I didn't try to pull the you know, the face off. I didn't try to pull his little mouth off or anything like that. There's no point in that, you know. I just let him, you know, let go at his own leisure. When you put them back on the ground, you put a good portion of their body on the ground, they let go anyway, and that's what I did. And then, you know, he let go, no big deal. But just figured I'd address that, like why I got bit. But then on top of the why, there is the bite itself. Now ribbon snakes, you know, they don't have much jaw pressure. You know, it's not a big deal if you get bitten by a ribbon snake, honestly. I mean, a small child would be bitten by a ribbon snake, and the only thing that's going to happen is they're going to be startled, and that's about it, because there's really not much pain involved. You know, a pinch would be more painful. If someone pinches you on your arm, that'd be much more painful than what I received. I got bit by about 4 times in that one, you know, instance, and that would be the first time I've actually gotten bitten since I was about 10. And reason being, like I said, trying to film it, gotta, you know, have a hold of the snake with one hand instead of being able to make it as comfortable as I normally could with two. And yeah, got a bit of a bite, you know, a little bit of a defensive bite. Well, a few defensive bites. But like I say, if it was something such as a water snake or obviously a venomous snake, I would have just, you know, put in my due diligence not to get bitten, and did what I needed and sacrificed a shot if I need to, obviously. But just not necessary when it came to the ribbon snake. So anyway, thought I'd just throw in a little bit of explanation on there for people. I mean, I know that some of you have never been bitten by a snake, or you've been bitten by a snake when you're a child and you've over-dramatized it and made it worse than it was, because in your child's mind, I'm sure it was pretty startling. But in reality, just not a big deal, honestly. If the snake doesn't have venom, the bite's really not a big deal. And if you don't know what the snake is, don't pick it up. I know you've heard that before, but that's a pretty easy piece of advice to follow to stay safe. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think, you know? Anyway, until later on.